Hello everyone, and welcome to another unboxing. And I'm Dave, and I am here in a different location than what you're used to. But maybe you are starting to get used to it. I don't know what order you'll see any of these in. So suffice to say that depending on what you see when, I am wearing the same shirt. So today, as I'm sure you heard on the latest episode or saw on social media, the folks at Diamond sent us Tron, and Tron is one of my favorite franchises of all time. So here I have Sark. I didn't know which one I was holding up. I have Sark. I have Flynn. And of course I have Tron. So we're going to open these up. We're going to take a look. And these are pretty great. These are quite awesome. I'm actually going to start off with Sark here. So this is great. You have Sark. You have a couple discs in motion here. You have just a standard disc. You have a couple extra hands. And then you have a stand, of course, which is actually really awesome. That everybody comes with a stand that you can stand everybody up. So we've got some twisty ties. All right, we did it. So here is Sark. Now, it's not a whole lot of articulation, but it's the articulation that's on there is good. You've got a single elbow. Oh, no, that looks like a double elbow, actually. It is a double. Cool. You've got a double elbow. Little twisting at the waist. Double knee. And a little kind of twisty leg there. Leg kicks up. Ankle. Oh, there it is. And then, of course, the legs twist. And of course, the head moves. Shoulders go out, but he does have the shoulder pads, so it's going to be difficult to have like the shoulders come out too much. So you have a little hole in the back for the identity disc, which I can pop in like so. Cool. And then of course you actually can use either foot for the stand. Left foot makes sense, he just has room for it. Now of course the stand is meant to be kind of on a surface, not on your hand, so, but there you go. So really cool. Now you do have two extra hands. I'm just going to put Sark down for a second. The extra hands are in here. And that was really more of a reminder to myself more than anything else that there were extra hands in here. And the hands are similar to what you would see for like a WWE figure where it's a peg. So, easy enough. They just pull off. Go right in. So now I can pose him with one of the discs or any of the discs. I mean, there is no inherent like flight stand for it. but the discs are cool. So you have the cool in motion discs, which is nice. So that's really neat. That is Sark. All right, let's move on to Flynn. Now Flynn has a really cool kind of in motion disc too, in the sense of like if you were going to display this, you might have it where the disc is bouncing off of another disc. We'll see it more once we open it. So same idea with the nameplate taped. You do not need to keep the nameplate. You can if you want. It's your rules. So here, this is what I was talking about. So it looks like the disc is in action, so you can put it down somewhere and it looks like you're kind of mid-fight, which is really cool. Of course, the identity disc that will go on his back. Another stand. More hands. So Tron has 2 open hands. Or, I'm sorry, Flynn has 2 open hands. I haven't opened up Tron yet. And keep in mind, I barely remember what day it is, so another twisty tie, but he is very securely in his package. He's not going to kind of move around and get damaged on you, which is nice if you are keeping these mint on card. But if you're not, just know that it takes a little bit to get your Tron figures out. Okay. So again, more of like the pull ties here, but you can just sort of pull through them. The ones on his feet are being a bit troublesome. There we go. Alright. So of course really cool. We have Flynn, Infiltrator Flynn, and here you can see the elbow joints a little bit better. You can see the double joint there for the elbow on Flynn. Now it's neat, and it's not as evident on Sark because his torso doesn't really move much, but on Flynn, underneath his outfit, you can see he's got kind of almost a really cool torso, upper torso articulation, so you can kind of position him a little bit better. And of course that also means that his left arm isn't going anywhere. You can bend his arm at the elbow, you can change his hand, you can do everything you need to, but because of that sleeve, this arm's kind of stuck. Shoulder pad arm though, you have a bit more range of motion. And even with the sleeve that he's got here, the forearm sleeve, you can still move him around. This is really cool deco on here. He does twist, and he'll twist in spite of his shirt. Head movement. What's cool too is, and you can see in the detail a little bit, how there's definitely like separation between the helmets. It's a really cool sculpt between his helmet and his head. So cool profile, and definitely looks a little bit like Jeff Bridges, so cool likeness. Double jointed at the knee again. And of course you still have the same twist. I guess I call it like a quad twist. That makes sense, right? Cool boots, and the paint on this is awesome. You can't really get a good judge of it until you see it. Like, I can't really do it justice here. But this is an awesome figure. This is really cool. And of course I will put his identity disc on his back. And I want it to kind of live underneath his shirt. So yeah, that works. That totally works. Awesome. Very cool. So there is Flynn with his identity disc. Awesome. Very true to life. And of course you can give him the open hands if you'd like. And then if you have the disc, you can make it look like he's thrown it. Or he's receiving it, either one. But that's really cool. Or, like, the disc doesn't really kind of hang out in his hand so well. Yeah, he can't really hold it, so it's really more to have on his back. Which is also very cool. So yeah, we'll stick with the identity disc there. All right, so that is Flynn. Last but certainly not least, we have Tron. Something I wanted to do here. I want to see if you can give him the movie poster as a VHS box pose. With his arms up and holding the disc. It looks like you might be able to, so I'm excited for that. Again, same kind of packaging. Here is Tron in packaging. Really cool, and he's going to stand out a bit more because, with Sark and with Flynn, you have the orange colors. Gray and orange. Here you have kind of the gray and blue, so he's definitely going to stand out. Really cool paint on this, and I'll show you more once I can get the twisty tie off. Now, Tron has the most hands out of everybody. He comes with 4 extra hands. So just a thing to keep in mind as you're taking your figures out of the package. We have an in-flight blue disc. A second in-flight blue disc. Another stand. His identity disc. And as I'm opening this, I'm trying to get the hands out so I can show you the hands. We have 2 kind of open hands. Two hands that are gripping, so you can see they have the closed fingers, so he's gripping there. And we have Tron. So again, Tron's going to give you the same articulation. He's going to have the ankles that rotate. He has the double knees. He's got the quad twist. He has the similar torso to Flynn in the sense that the torso can kind of rock and tilt. And of course, all right, he can't look up as much to do the pose, but I think I'm gonna be able, I don't know, I'm gonna try. These are the things that are most important to me, is to be able to do the movie poster pose. No, it's a really cool figure regardless. The paint deco on here, like look at the detail of the paint deco on here. That's really cool. And there is the face, and the helmet. And you know, definitely kind of striking when you compare the two. And just, you know, there's definitely a difference, like obviously color-wise, but you know, you're going to be able to notice that when you're displaying them, and kind of really, even if you were just kind of looking faces alone, the faces are really cool. Tron himself stands out. But yeah, obviously you have the color difference, but you know, Tron is very iconic, so Tron is going to stand out above all else. Now I do have, I'm going to put the grippy hands in because also, thing to keep in mind, to be careful once you, yep, that's okay, I want that disc off. If you're changing the hands, be careful, because his sleeves do come off. So he's not just, the sleeves aren't just on there. So you don't want to lose Tron's sleeves. But that is Tron. So I'm just going to grab all three for you for a second. So thank you again, Diamond. Oh, like you can, there's a little, even a subtle difference to the grays between Flynn, Sark, and Tron too. I don't know if that's really just the blue making my eyes see it differently, but that's really cool. So this is the point in the video where Eric will tell you to, will point to the side and tell you to like and subscribe. So do that and check out our other videos, and we'll see you next time.